This is TradeFlow News, bringing you relevant news and insights from around the world. TradeFlow News, enabling trade for SMEs and economies worldwide.
These are some of the key topics that we will be looking into in today's program.
First, let's take a look at the overnight headlines which are impacting the commodity markets. Saudi Arabia stressed the importance of collective cooperation with OPEC Plus for the stability of global oil markets, the kingdom's foreign minister said on Saturday in his speech to the United Nations General Assembly. The kingdom is keen on maintaining the stability, reliability, sustainability and security of oil markets, Prince Faisal bin Farhan added.
Russian crude oil supplies increased 50% this spring despite the G7 countries imposing sanctions due to war in Ukraine, the Financial Times reported on Sunday citing data from analytics company Kepler. The European Union, G7 countries and Australia introduced a price cap of $60 a barrel on Russian oil in last December, aiming to curb Russia's ability to finance the conflict in Ukraine. However, Russian oil revenues are likely to increase due to constant increases in crude prices and a reduction in the discount on its own oil, the FT report said, citing Kyiv School of Economics, KSE, estimates.
Moving on to the top news in the energy sector.
Western countries are not ready to finance the early retirement of Indonesian coal-fired power plants under the Just Energy Transition Partnership, JETP, a government official said on Monday, based on talks held with the partnership countries. Last November, Indonesia became the second country to join the JETP. The partnership will deliver $20 billion in funds from a coalition of developed countries to help reduce its dependence on fossil fuels, but investment plans have been delayed. During the discussion, it is very clear that they are not eager to provide financing for early retirement, Septian Hario Seto, Indonesia's Deputy of Investment and Mining Coordination at the Coordinating Ministry for Maritime and Investment Affairs.
Nigeria expects to lift oil production to 2.1 million barrels per day, BPD, by the end of next year after oil companies operating in the country committed investments of $13.5 billion in the short term, the presidency said on Saturday. Nigeria is Africa's largest oil producer, but its output has been in decline due to massive crude theft, attacks on pipelines in the Niger Delta region and lack of investment, causing a dwindling of government revenues and large fiscal deficits. Oil production stood at 1.41 million barrels of oil per day in August, up 8% from July, data from the petroleum regulator shows.
Next, we have the top news in metal markets.
Argentina's mining exports will reach around $4.5 billion in 2023, up from the 2022 total amid strong prices and the launch of a new lithium mine, the president of the sector's main business chamber told Reuters late Thursday. Roberto Cacciola, who has just taken over as president of the Argentine Chamber of Mining Entrepreneurs, CAEM, said in an interview, the final number of exports will be closer to $4.04 or $4.5 billion in 2023. The country's mining exports totaled $3.8 billion in 2022, according to official data.
The Philippines is eager to expand economic cooperation with the United States, particularly in critical minerals and production of battery components, Philippines Foreign Minister Enrique Manalo said on Friday. Manalo, in New York for the annual UN General Assembly gathering of world leaders, told an event hosted by the Asia Society that economic cooperation with the United States should keep pace with bilateral defense-related activities. One area is critical minerals, where we also hope to increase our cooperation, he said. We will now look at the top news in the agricultural sector. The Philippines is eager to expand economic cooperation with the United States, particularly in critical minerals and production of battery components, Philippines Foreign Minister Enrique Manalo said on Friday. Manalo, in New York for the annual UN General Assembly gathering of world leaders, told an event hosted by the Asia Society that economic cooperation with the United States should keep pace with bilateral defense-related activities. One area is critical minerals, where we also hope to increase our cooperation, he said.
That is all for today's news on commodity markets. Stay tuned to TradeFlow News as we continue to provide you with more updates. We also invite you to follow us on Twitter at TradeFlow News, which allows you to watch our program on your mobile device or desktop to receive information from there.